So this is where we left our last time, and now we're gonna start with the about section. So the about section is again we have to create an about dot partial about sorry about dot SCSS, and we're just gonna first of all import it into our app dot CSS SCSS. I mean, and it's gonna be about, and then we are gonna create a section which is gonna be about dot JS. Sorry, just shift this up there. Let's minimize, or let's just keep about. Where is the about page? I named it about, which is why we are probably getting this error. I was like, why are we getting this error? So let's just name it to about, and now it should get fixed. Now we are still getting this problem. Why? What did you? What? About dot, yeah. Yeah, it should be getting fixed now. Sometimes it just takes time to know. It's, what the hell, man? Oh, I typed in it. That's why. Why? Oh, that's why. I was typing in that. Uh, Now if I reload it, it should be fine. What is? Okay, let's just remove this. This is about.scss. Yes, it's in styles, right? Now if I do here, if I do at import components style about, yeah, this should be fine. Yeah. Sometimes the bugs are just weird and you have to work with them. That's how it is. So yeah, with that being out of the way, let's start with the about section. Okay, so about section again, we're gonna start by removing this. We'll create a section which will be having and class about, and also a ID of about. Actually, why I'm adding an ID too? Because our nav bar, or rather our nav elements, are gonna refer to our IDs. Now, I don't know if we can, I don't think we are so advanced. Okay, it would refer a class because classes are supposed to be reused, where IDs can be for only one element. So we have to address with ID or itself. So we're gonna give that. Actually, I'm gonna name it project. Yeah. So now if we, and the good thing about using a component for all of this is now I don't have to go to say navbar and nav menu and change the same things again and again, or add the same things. I can just do it in one place and they're going to be used everywhere. So now if I come over here to about, rather if we yeah, we haven't still added it there. So let's just add about first of all. About, and why is it not? What's wrong with about? Why is it not getting auto imported? Yeah, thank you. And yeah, now if we refresh this page and let's just say hi over here or H1, whichever it is. And now if you do like, actually no, you won't be able to see it still. That's because it's hidden under the after, so you won't be able to see. So if I gave it like a color, just a moment, what happened? Okay, yeah, yeah. If I was supposed to give say dot about a background color red, and say I was like typing a big lorem blossom over here, lorem times like 125, 125. Let this just reload. You see the words are getting cut out over here because those words are below over here. So yeah, just we'll fix that in a bit. What extension died? Did my network just break? Yeah, no, my server is still working. Alright. Okay, so the about will have an h2, which will be having class name of about title, or rather just give it a title. Let's call it about title. Yeah, we'll name it title, and this will be a global property. Why is Emmet not working out of a sudden? Oh God. Alright, so here I am back. I guess my Emmet just crashed. Okay, I'm not sharing the screen anymore. So just give me a moment. What's wrong? Yeah, I just have to restart it. And why are there so many? Okay. Okay. My Emmet is back now. I don't know what happened, but yeah, everything just kind of broke for a moment over there. It sometimes happens when you put too much load um, onto your text editor info. Sorry, I'm still going a little bit faster than Emmet to catch up, which is I guess fine. But alright, so the about page is about me. So it's gonna tell a little bit about me. So it's gonna have a description which I've already created and stored in my data.js, and it has the name description. So I'm just gonna import it. So yeah, that's how we're gonna import it. And again, all I have to do is it's just an array of strings. So if I just show you, I don't have it over here. So let me just do this. And, we'll open data again, and if we're supposed to find description, you can see this is just an array of strings which are going to be put into different p tags. So all we're going to do is going to be description dot map. You already know what we're going to do. We're going to make it para, and we're going to give it a functional. It's going to be another function which is going to be having a para met para with para inside of it. Now we again, if we refresh this page a little, actually no, it's not gonna respond because yeah, after I restarted, I didn't. God, I didn't run my server again. So we're gonna do yarn start. So that's what's gonna boot up the server. Now again, I use yarn because yarn is a lot more better, but I know this is gonna work. So let's move ahead until the server opens up. Alright, so after the info, we're gonna have an image. which will be again dot about image. Now this is the tricky part because inside of that we're gonna have a dot wrapper which will indeed inside of it have dot image, I don't know, image container, which will have an image, so img with source is nothing but face. Now where is this face coming from? It can be like your face, your photo, or anything. I'm not gonna put anything. I'm gonna put my own face in it. So I think I have not brought it. So let me just bring it. Also, this opened up over here. So yeah, I'm gonna just drop it in the data too with all the other images. So let me just bring it up from somewhere. I don't have a good photo of myself, so I'm gonna put the photo which I've used for the TEDxMMC website itself. You can put in any of your photos. Now I'm using WebP format, so Webpack format. You can, and I would recommend you to go with that than using a JPEG or a. Don't go with the PNG, which is of huge size, especially if you want your photos to be good looking. Don't go with PNG. You can get like a good small compressed size PNG, but still I would suggest you to go with a Webpack or WP format. I for some reason I just started calling it Webpack, so I'm gonna import face for lack of a better word from. We're gonna go to sorry dot data slash it's gonna name your okay, let's just copy the name and paste over here. And I think it should be fine. What modeling not fine? What? CSS component sector module not found. Can't resolve dot data. What? Let me just check my terminal where it's giving me an error. It's an error in over here. Why? It should be working just fine. Yeah. Can't resolve dot slash data slash data. Why is it happening? I'm not sure. Oh, oh yeah. I get it. I get it. Yo. So I should be doing dot slash and again dot slash because we are in two levels down. So now it should be working just fine. Yeah. And we're gonna give my face over here. If you can refresh please. This should be working just fine now. Yeah, now okay. Why is it having that color? Because I forgot to remove it from you. Exactly. Precisely. Okay, and as you can see, I have my image loaded. It's way beyond any size ratio. So, yeah. Did I forget anything? Let's just give this an alt. So I'm just gonna give it my own name. You can give it your own name, and again, if you want, you can put all this data inside of the data and then just map it over here because you're already importing it. So all you have to do is say if your name, just you have to do like comma name and then just put your name over there and just create like a list, like export name over here. That's all you have to do, but I'm not gonna do that again because I know I'm not gonna change this anytime soon. This is gonna be my portfolio. So this some things are not gonna be variable, and even if they are gonna be variable, they are not. Uh, and if they are gonna be variables such as my links, if I want to change them, or if I in future don't want to share my Twitter anymore, or say if I'm off Instagram, like I've not shared Facebook because I'm no longer using Facebook. So at that point, I think it makes sense to have such for such things. I think it makes sense to have them in a separate JavaScript file or separate file, so you can make the system a lot more easier and maintainable. Okay, and actually this is all we have to do for the about section JavaScript wise or JSX wise. Now comes the styling part, which is again a fun ride. So we start with actually why did I remove? Yeah, we start with this, and we are gonna give it a margin top of 100 pixels, and then we are gonna give it a padding of about 16 pixels top bottom and 8% left right. Now keep in mind whenever you're giving a padding left and right for your sections, always keep them consistent, especially if your words are starting in a same line. Now, for example, I gave it 5% over here for this header, and I'm giving 8% over here because this comes in a straight line, and this just makes it very easy to read. So you know, if you're reading it from left to right, you're going this zoom. You know you have to come in this imaginary line down there. You're just gonna come over here again, same. You're gonna come back. You're gonna come back over here. For a call to action button for a smaller screen, I think the whole screen gives you a lot of freedom to click the button. Then it's just being so much. But for a bigger screen, the button is gonna get big, and it's gonna be easily clickable, and it also gives you a little bit of white space. It's quite very necessary, especially as this gets big. If you do this bigger, you need a little bit of white space. You don't want your website to be very cramped, so this helps me with that. I would actually love to have this a little bit bigger, but I don't know why it's not getting any bigger. I forgot about that, but as you can see, even this, everything just starts in a one line, and that just makes the website feel a lot more intuitive to work with. Again, I'm going to shift this to mobile view, and we're going to start by doing all the styling for mobile first. And so let's begin with it. So we're going to start with title. Now, I think for title, I'm going to go with global settings. I'm going to change title over there. Title is going to be used. Title is going to be used everywhere, so I'm just going to give it dot title, and it's going to have a width of 100%. I'm just going to copy and paste this already. So we're going to have a width of 100%, text align center, and a margin bottom of 5%. I want to give it like 1M. So if I refresh this now, it's going to be dead ass in the center, and it's going to have a good amount of margin. Now 1M is nothing but one, so this size and 1M. So this is just 1M. This is going to be the same gap, so margin is same as the width or the height or the font size of this text. Also, actually no, I don't want to make it capitalized because that won't be so good looking. So yeah, now let's go back to my about page and start with the data. Now I'm gonna start with data because it's way more easy and the image part is a little confusing. So we're gonna do the image part at the last. So yeah, again this is gonna be a display block. It's gonna be a display block. And from now on I'm gonna do media queries wherever I need media queries because it might be like for this section I'm gonna do a media query at media at like 60. So min width is gonna be 60 m, and I'm again gonna copy and paste this, and I will tell you why I'm doing this. So if I refresh this and if I make this bigger, you can see when I'm doing a display grid of like I don't remember the exact number. I'm doing display grid and I'm giving a template of 3 FR and 2 FR. This looks good. Even actually when I will be doing this smaller. So if I reduce it after this point, it's not necessarily at 50 amps, which is near about the tablet size, but it is around this height that the this where it might look a little cramped. The image is normal. It's in a normal size. Now we'll talk. I'll show it once all the styling is done, so it's more clear to you. But let's go on the info. Now info, I'm gonna give it a flex 1. So it's gonna be trying to grow as big. It's gonna try to be as big as it can be, and it has a P in it, right? So yeah. So P inside of this info will have again. I will just rather copy this and paste it. So yeah, it's gonna have a font weight of 100 because I don't want it to now B16 B612 doesn't really have 100 font width, which is very small. It's still readable, and I want it to be smaller. And again, I'm giving it the margin bottom of 1 m, so it is the same size of that of a height of size of one font. So this looks nicely spaced out and everything is pretty looking. And of course, I'm planting this size now. Okay, now let's do the image. Now for the image, this is a little tricky because as you can see, I have not used 1 or 2, but I've used like 3 wrappers basically for one image tag. That's because we are gonna do something with it, which is gonna need you to have like 2 layers. Now for the image, what we are gonna do is let's just start with this. Now we're first of all gonna add like a margin to it for mobile. So I'm just gonna copy it. We're gonna give it a width of like 70%. So it's not gonna be 100% of the viewport or 100% of the space it is available. It's gonna be just 70% of the width is available. So now if I press this, it should, I think, dumb down. It's not. Alright, fine. I've given it a max width too, but I don't know what is messing this thing up. Doesn't matter. Now we are gonna go with the wrapper, which is inside of it, which will be a display block, and actually, yeah, let me just type it. It's gonna be a display block, which is actually by default, but it's still I'm just making sure that it's gonna have a display block and a position of relative, and it's gonna have a width of 100%, and a border radius with a var of border radius. It's gonna have a max height of 300 pixels. I don't want my image to be anything more than 300 pixels, and it's still not taking any effects on this, as you can see, because I'm not applying anything on the image by itself. So if I did like art of It's gonna be out of everything, but so okay. The image is still not in its own size. I'm not sure why is that. Did I misspell anything? Is that underscore underscore image? It's coming from that about, so it's about underscore underscore image. And doing the same for the wrapper. Alright, I don't know what's wrong. Also, I'm gonna add some transitions and a background to the wrapper. And a little bit of a box shadow, which I've already done all the things for that. It should be working. I'm not sure why is it not working. But I guess fine for now. I don't know what's triggering it, but let's go with the image container, which is which is inside of. So we're gonna go with image container, which will again have a position relative and an overflow of hidden. For now, I'm gonna skip the. I'm gonna just comment it out for now. Later on, we will just do all the things, and also a width and height of 100%. And here is the interesting part. Now, what we are gonna do is let me just do one more thing. Let me just introduce our image and make it have an explicit height and width and height. It's also going to be 100%, 100%. But this should make this image fit inside of the container, which it is still not doing for some reason. I am not sure. Hello. Did I import it? It worked for the. Wait a minute. Did I import it? Yeah. Did import it. So why is it not doing any changes? It's just strange. Let me make it position absolute. Position absolute. And now, does it work? Let me just refresh it again. Still no. Wow, that's strange. How about an object fit? Object fit of the cover. What? This is supposed to be working. I don't know what's wrong. Okay, did I mess something up somewhere over here? I don't think so. Image wrapper, image container, image. Yeah, this is working just fine. What if I make it like an IMG? Now is it working? No. Which is the strangest thing. It should be working right now, but it's not working for some reason. I'm not sure of. Uh, why is it not working? Let me just show you guys what I'm doing. So let me just bring this in here, and yeah, I'm just gonna check all the tidings. So yeah, this is perfectly fitting. This also fits. There is this container, and then there is this image, which is for some reason having Oh, what? Why is it not having any styling even though I've applied style over here? Oh, I misspelled. Oh god. One spelling mistake can ruin your life, children. Oh my god, dude. Where another image is just gone. Oh, there it is. Hang on. Oh god. One spelling mistake can really ruin and make you go off track for a long period of time. Alright. So now that we are back into this, yeah. So what we did is we put an image container to have a position of relative. Yeah. Now here's the interesting part. What we're going to do is we're going to introduce a blend mode, mix blend mode, and we're going to give it a mode of multiply, multiply, multiply. Oh god, I'm not able to spell today. This is not my best day, guys. All right, so when I do make it multiply, this image or this container, which is containing the image, is having a multiply. Now, if you are not aware of it still, you cannot apply any kind of styling apart from like height and width to images because technically they are pseudo elements, they are pseudo divs. So for applying any style, you have to apply it to the parent, and that's what I'm literally doing over here. I'm also going to do one more thing, which is going to be I'm going to make it grayscale. So, and I'm going to change this contrast to 100%. So I'm going to add a filter which will make it grayscale, and it looks like it looks like it's just a part of that background. You can also not add any kind of transitions to your images because of the same reason that they are empty divs. They are technically not a part of the website. They are just pseudo elements which you are placing. Let's also add all of this, and yeah, let's make this position absolute now because it is inside of the parent. I don't think it should matter. Okay. Yeah, because no. Yeah. Let's add a padding of 100% to it. Right. Let me tell you why I'm adding it. Now, if you see this, when I remove the position absolute on it, oh god, come on, refresh already. You can see there is a tiny sliver of background which is just spilling out. And the best way to get rid of it is just put your image to be position absolute and just give it a padding. You give the padding top of padding top of 100%. And now if I refresh this, I must just stop with autosave, but that's just ruining a lot of the flow of my things. Now again, you can see that the image is over here. Now if I remove the multiply or the grayscale, to be honest, grayscale and the multiply both, you can see my image just went down. That is because I'm applying a padding of 100%. So what you do for that is, now if I save this, the image just went over there. So to take care of that, what I will do is just apply on top of 0. Now if I save that, the image should just come up over here and it's gonna get. And now if I do the blend mode, is gonna run completely fine, and any of the additional things which I was showing will be just taken care of with this overflow of hidden. So now even if I don't have this top of 0, the image is never going to be seen. So yeah, I've gotten used to the autosave, so I'm forgetting to save the page. Now if I want to just hide it, so so what the overflow will do is just hide it, anything which is not in this. So why am I even talking? So with this, it's just gonna, and with the overflow hidden, it's gonna blend those corners and make it a smooth rectangle with rounded corners. Now comes the other fun part, is adding transitions to it. So when you hover over it, the background should go, the image should regain its color. Now for doing that, what we do is, first of all, let me do one more thing. Yeah, let me do one more thing before that. Let's just come up over here and we'll do that thing over here and then do changes down there. Yes, we are going to introduce pseudo elements for the wrapper. Now, that is just the stylish look which I wanted to go with. So let me just copy everything, all the things, and I'll just explain you what I'm actually doing over here. So I'm just going to paste it over here and save it. So what I'm doing is I'm introducing a before and after pseudo elements with nothing in it. They're going to be displayed block. They have a position absolute. And because the wrapper is relative, everything will be relative to the wrapper. So giving it the same height and width as that of the image or the container of the wrapper, giving it the border and the transition, and then we are just changing the positions, giving them a border to make it look like this. Now when you hover, then when you will hover over the wrapper or focus over the wrapper, I want few things to take place. So let me just introduce, let me again copy and paste everything, because this is a lot of simple code. But why am I doing, why is that important? Very important part of the whole journey. So yeah, I'll be pasting this. Again, what I will be doing is, whenever you hover over the wrapper or focus over the wrapper, the background of the wrapper, which is orange on the accent color, will be turned to transparent. I'm not giving it any outline. And then the before and after will move a little bit. So before they were like 20, 20 and minus 20, minus 20. They'll move by 10, 10 pixels, come near to the image. And what happens to the image container, which is having the blend and the filter, it will be removed, and the overflow hidden is just kept there for a reason, and we are adding a border radius again to it. Now I'm just doing that because, as you can see, if I save this and if I do a hover over here, once the page gets updated, we have this smooth, nice transition. Even though the image is getting like split apart, and I don't think I've added a transition property to this here. I have added a transition property, so it's a little choppy, but because of the pseudo elements moving in, it feels more seamless, and it looks good. And with that, we are finished with the about section. I aim to do one more, but by the looks of it, it's going to be more than like 15-20 minutes. So it's better to make it in its own video, because there is another pseudo element which will be using for my skills section. And also, yeah, I forgot to show why I added the grid. Now, if I remove the grid, sorry, where is it? Now, if I remove the rivet, yeah, this one. Now, if I remove this, or rather, let me tell you why I have put it at 60M and about everything before was at 55M. Is because if I were to make this big and expand it, it looks okay till here. But when you're coming from a big screen to a smaller screen, so you're making your window or your desktop smaller. After this point, it doesn't make sense, and this is apparently 60 amps. Now, if I were to convert it to say 55 amps, and let's save that. Anything smaller than this, here we get to see that it's not looking so good. The image is looking a little blurry, and it's too small to be taken into consideration. So I just want to keep it at 60 amps. It's just a preference. You can play around with it a little bit more, which will change all the things. So yeah, with that being said, I will hope to see you guys in the next video. Till that time, stay awesome and keep gaming. So yeah, with that, we will end this video over here. This about section is done. I just wanted to keep it very simple. This image will be the main eye catcher, I would say. Did I miss any styling for it? No clue. But anyways, if it doesn't look the same as the website, the link of the website will be also in the description. But the video comes out, no. So I'll see you on the flip side. Bye bye.